The coronavirus has altered the pace of life around the world. Here in Overland Park, Kansas, and throughout the Kansas City area, almost everyone is staying home except for essential workers. They're adapting and working hard to keep going. Information has become a key part of the fight to help contain the virus and help people learn how to reduce infection. For KMBC Channel 9 News anchor Lara Moritz, her job has reached a new level of importance.
You know, in the beginning of the pandemic, I had people tell me point blank, this is something that the media has just made up and blown out of proportion. Once a week, people who are basically in hazmat suits come and they disinfect the newsroom. More so than ever before in my 28 years of doing this, has local news been more critical. And it has been critical that we get correct information out to the public. We just continue to follow all the local stories, and that's so important that you know when the numbers go down. You know, last Friday, we literally were rejoicing in the newsroom because Jackson County did not have a new case of COVID-19. And that was really a big deal. And I feel like we have learned to gather the news, and it's always changing how we gather news. I mean, I used a typewriter when I first started in news. Now we've really pushed ourselves to limits that we didn't know we had. So from doing everything at home, from being on air at home, those are things that we never really thought about until now. In terms of the world viewing the media, I think more so than not, since the beginning of the pandemic to now, people are appreciative that we're on the airwaves, we're online, we're constantly 24/7 working to bring you updated information. So, you know, I sleep well at night because I know at the end of every single day, I have given 100% to presenting the facts, and that's all I can do.
I think we got 10 phone calls in 3 minutes, like screaming, yelling, saying that we had to come help because this added pressure of the pandemic was on top of it. It was like everybody forgot how we live normally, that like we handle these situations on the regular. We are very, very lucky that we got some extra time compared to the coast. So we really got to learn from them and see what some of those hospitals were doing that worked and that didn't work. At our hospital, we've seen a very low volume of the COVID-19 patients. And that's pretty consistent with what we've seen all across the Kansas City metro. You know, we limited basically everything that wasn't essential. So it's hard to define essential in healthcare because if you need a surgery, that feels pretty essential. Or, you know, if they found, you know, a spot of skin cancer and you're scheduled to have that taken off, like to you and your family, that's essential. But to the hospital, it's not essential. So the patients who are coming in are very sick, even if they're not sick with COVID-19. So personally, I'm not scared of getting sick. I don't feel, it's nice for the recognition that healthcare workers are receiving. But to me personally, I went into an altruistic profession. Like I chose that I was going to be serving others. So to me, it's not an extra responsibility that I'm doing it in a time of need. It's the expectation of my job.
Hospitals may still be seeing patients, while churches are completely empty. Going into work seems like a new job for Father Thomas Tank, a priest at Church of the Ascension in Overland Park.
Basically, we have no public masses, which means that the only way we're able to provide mass right now is through the live stream.
We are an Easter people, and our song is Alleluia.
It's a strange experience to stand there and be preaching and not see anyone in front of you at all. I almost feel like I'm a radio personality, not seeing anybody, but knowing somewhere out there there's people who are hearing you and reacting to what you say. I think what I'll take forward is never take the Mass and the people coming to Mass for granted again. I'm hopeful that people will realize that they missed the Mass and that they really want to come back. One of the things that I've been considering is we may need to start with the parking lot Masses rather than in the church. I'm a pretty patient person, so we will kind of work our way through this.
Let us live what we celebrate.
I think perspective perspectives and priorities will change, and I really hope it changes for the better.
We are definitely essential, probably more now than ever before.
Through the uncertainty of the pandemic, essential workers are finding ways to thrive. Nevertheless, they all say they are hoping for a return to normal. Here in Overland Park, Kansas, for Cooper Squared, I'm Melanie Eszter.